No, I don't want to see a Super Bowl halftime show that is 100% in Spanish. Caveat, I actually speak Spanish and have done so regularly since 2007. I also had grandparents who immigrated here from Italy, and I speak intermediate Italian. I have always been someone who's enjoyed the challenge of learning and speaking other languages. I also listen to music in Spanish, Italian, and other languages. But that does not mean that the tens of millions of actual diehard football fans, the ones who actually care about the game for more than one day a year, who can actually go to a Super Bowl party and know what's going on and care about what happens in the game instead of just being there for the party. It doesn't mean that they should have to sit through a halftime show that they're not going to understand a single word of. It's very clear why Bad Bunny was chosen. They're like, okay, Trump's in office. What we're going to do is make a point to put a singer up there who has 0 songs in English and, stand with our chest out and be like, what are you going to do now, Trump? And it's like, okay, great. But the only reason you are doing this is because there are hundreds of millions of eyeballs and you're trying to make a political point. And I'm not even sitting here saying it needs to be a conservative artist or a conservative band. I don't need to see Kid Rock up there. But why not do something like you did in 2016, where you had Bruno Mars, you had Coldplay, you had Beyonce, you had something that everyone could at least be slightly entertained by. And yeah, maybe Beyonce had a couple political things in there, but okay, all right, whatever. We've seen so much of it that that wasn't that bad. And like I said in the beginning of my video, this is not coming from someone who only speaks one language and is like, don't you dare speak no Spanish in my country. All right, that's not me. But I just think for the football fans who speak only English and actually love this game, you can do so much better by them. And don't you forget, this is a very, very American sport that is ingrained in our DNA. The ones who love the game, we've loved it for so many years. And we even get made fun of for liking it sometimes. But now you have all these people who actually don't care about football suddenly have this opinion about what the halftime show should be. And honestly, I'm sick of it. And in closing, the funniest thing about this entire thing is going to be you're going to have millions of these liberal, far-left white women who are going to be sitting there with their glass of wine and going to be like, oh, this is fabulous. They can't understand a single word the guy's saying and would never, ever, ever listen to this music, ever. But they're going to be like, oh, this is so great. They need to be doing this more often. So coming from someone who speaks 3 languages and is trying to learn a 4th, which, by the way, Bad Bunny's from Puerto Rico, so it's going to be harder for me to understand him anyways. But from someone with that background, let's just make a halftime show that everyone can enjoy and understand.